Have you ever noticed how easy it is for you to say yes when everything inside you desperately screams no? Perhaps you've found yourself agreeing to plans when you're exhausted, nodding along to opinions that deeply contradict your beliefs, or silently enduring treatment you know you don't deserve. You probably tell yourself you're doing this to keep peace, to maintain harmony, or simply to ensure you're loved and accepted. But beneath this seemingly harmless habit lies something deeply troubling. Every yes you utter against your will isn't kindness, it's self-betrayal. Gabor Maté famously said, "When you say yes to others, make sure you are not saying no to yourself." Let those words sink in. Every forced smile, every suppressed emotion, every hidden truth is a quiet denial of your authentic self. And over time, these small betrayals accumulate into something larger, a profound disconnection from who you truly are. But where did this habit of self-betrayal originate? To understand this, we must revisit your earliest memories, back to a time when your world was shaped by the reactions of those around you. As children, love and acceptance were essential, not just for happiness, but for survival itself. You learned quickly that acceptance often came with conditions. Stay quiet, behave, don't cause trouble. Praise was given when you were accommodating, pleasant, easy. You learned early that love wasn't always unconditional. It had terms and conditions. This childhood conditioning shaped your perception of relationships, love, and even your sense of self-worth. You internalized the belief that your value was dependent on your ability to please others, to make them comfortable, even at the expense of your own comfort. You became skilled at reading moods, predicting reactions, and adjusting yourself accordingly. Your emotional survival strategy became rooted in self-abandonment, camouflaged as kindness and cooperation. But here's the painful truth. While this approach may have protected you once, it now imprisons you. It traps you in relationships and environments where your needs, boundaries, and feelings are consistently ignored, suppressed, or misunderstood. You are seen not for who you genuinely are, but for the convenient role you have adopted. You become the helper, the listener, the caretaker, the one who is always there, always available, always agreeable. Yet, beneath this helpful facade lies exhaustion, resentment, and an unspoken sadness. You wonder why your relationships feel hollow, why your generosity is often met with entitlement rather than gratitude, and why, despite giving so much, you often feel utterly alone. This loneliness isn't the absence of people, it's the absence of true connection, because genuine intimacy cannot exist where authenticity is lacking. Perhaps you've experienced the confusion of someone abruptly distancing themselves from you after you finally expressed your needs. The relationships built upon your self-betrayal crumble the moment your true voice emerges. And instead of questioning the relationship itself, you often question yourself. Was I too demanding? Was I wrong to speak of? Should I have remained silent? But this is precisely how the cycle of self-betrayal persists, by convincing you that your truth is a disruption rather than a right. Maté explains this phenomenon clearly when he highlights that most coping mechanisms we label as strengths are actually symptoms of hidden emotional wounds. Your agreeable nature isn't necessarily kindness. Often, it's anxiety in disguise. Your constant willingness to accommodate isn't simply generosity, it's fear of rejection. You've learned to survive by hiding your truth, becoming a master of betraying your inner self to avoid abandonment. But here's the critical turning point. Acknowledging this painful reality isn't meant to punish or shame you. It is the first essential step towards liberation. To heal, you must first clearly see the wounds you've carried silently within you. To reclaim your sense of self, you must confront the uncomfortable reality that your self-betrayal, while understandable, is no longer sustainable. So ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to deny your truth to avoid disappointing others? How long will you suppress your voice, your desires, your very essence, simply to ensure temporary comfort? Because here lies the essential truth Gabor Maté brings forward. Real love, authentic love, will never require you to betray yourself. True acceptance will never demand your silence or your invisibility. But what does authentic love and self-acceptance look like? And more importantly, how do you begin to change this pattern and reconnect with your true self? This is precisely what we will explore deeply in the next part as we continue our journey of understanding why you always betray yourself to be loved, and how to finally break free from this invisible cage. In the quiet moments when you sit alone, have you ever wondered why speaking your truth feels like an act of rebellion? Why asserting your boundaries feels like a betrayal to others? Perhaps you fear the confrontation, dread the potential loss of connection, or simply can't bear the thought of disappointing those you love. Yet beneath these fears lies a deeper reality. You've normalized self-betrayal to the point where authenticity feels unnatural. Consider how often you silence your instincts, bury your emotions, or ignore your discomfort to maintain an illusion of peace. Each time you abandon your truth, you reinforce an inner narrative that your genuine feelings and needs aren't important enough. Slowly but surely, you become a stranger in your own life, distant from your true self, and disconnected from your real desires. Gabor Maté emphasizes, trauma is not what happens to you, but what happens inside you as a result of what happens to you. This trauma is not always dramatic or visible. Often, it manifests subtly as the repeated denial of your emotional needs. When you consistently put others' expectations ahead of your authenticity, you reinforce an internal belief that your true self is inadequate, unworthy, or unacceptable. You might believe you're being compassionate or considerate by consistently accommodating others. But consider this. True compassion can never exist at the expense of your own well-being. Compassion rooted in self-neglect is not compassion, it's martyrdom. And martyrdom inevitably breeds resentment, exhaustion, and isolation. Notice how often your generosity leaves you depleted rather than fulfilled. How often your sacrifices are met not with gratitude but expectation and entitlement. Over time, your self-betrayal becomes the norm, and the genuine love and acceptance you desperately seek continue to elude you. Because the truth is, others can never genuinely accept someone who hasn't accepted themselves first. Think about your current relationships. How many of them require you to be someone you're not? How many people genuinely know you, the real you, beneath all the masks you've learned to wear so effortlessly? And most importantly, how many relationships would survive if you showed up authentically? It's uncomfortable to confront these questions because they expose the fragility of connections built on self-betrayal. But discomfort is exactly where healing begins. It starts with a courageous willingness to face the painful reality that the version of you others love might be an illusion, a carefully constructed persona designed to avoid rejection and maintain peace. Maté's work guides us toward a profound realization: true intimacy and connection can only flourish when authenticity is prioritized. The real connections you crave require you to risk rejection, to face potential misunderstandings, and to endure temporary discomfort. But on the other side of this risk lies something extraordinary: authentic, fulfilling relationships that honor and respect your true self. The transition from self-betrayal to authenticity isn't easy. Initially, your honesty will feel abrasive, your boundaries harsh, and your self-respect confrontational. People accustomed to your accommodating nature will resist your newfound authenticity. They'll accuse you of changing, becoming selfish, or being difficult. And initially, you'll question yourself, feeling guilt and uncertainty. But remember this crucial point: their discomfort is not evidence of your wrongdoing. It is evidence of a relationship built on convenience rather than truth. Each time you choose authenticity over approval, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You send a clear message to your subconscious that your feelings matter, your truth is valuable, and your boundaries are non-negotiable. With every courageous no, every honest expression, and every firm boundary, you heal wounds you didn't even realize you carried. But how do you begin this process practically? How do you move from habitual self-betrayal to consistent authenticity? This question isn't just theoretical, it's existential. And in the next part of our exploration, we will dive deeply into practical steps you can take to rebuild your relationship with yourself. We'll discuss how you can begin asserting your needs without guilt, navigate the initial turbulence of setting boundaries, and finally learn how to show up authentically without apology. Because here's the truth: your authenticity is your greatest gift, not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. Real love, real connection, and genuine intimacy become possible only when you stop betraying who you truly are. It's time to rediscover and reclaim the self you've been neglecting for far too long. As you begin your journey from self-betrayal toward authenticity, it's crucial to understand the practical steps required to heal and reclaim your true self. Recognizing your patterns and the pain they cause is the starting point, but real transformation demands action. Deliberate, intentional, and consistent action. The first essential practice is learning to pause. Often, your immediate reaction is to agree, to smooth things over, or to soothe someone else's discomfort at your expense. Instead, pause. Give yourself the gift of a moment to reflect. Before responding to a request or an emotional demand, ask yourself a simple yet profound question. Does this align with my truth? If your instinct whispers no, honor it. Your intuition, so long suppressed, will grow stronger every time you choose to listen. Next, practice setting clear boundaries. This isn't just saying no, it's communicating your limits clearly and kindly. Boundaries aren't barriers, they're guidelines that teach others how to treat you. Initially, boundary setting will provoke resistance, discomfort, or even conflict. People who've benefited from your lack of boundaries will likely push back. They may attempt guilt, manipulation, or emotional appeals to test your resolve. But stay firm. Remind yourself that every boundary you set isn't an act of aggression, but an act of self-respect. Gabor Maté points out, healing begins the moment we accept responsibility for our feelings. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for how others treat you. Rather, it means acknowledging your role in permitting certain behaviors to continue. This recognition is liberating. It empowers you to make different choices moving forward. Another crucial practice is honest communication. Start speaking your truth, even when your voice shakes. Express how you truly feel, clearly and directly. Avoid softening your words to spare someone else's discomfort, as this only reinforces the very patterns you're trying to break. Understand that authentic communication may initially create tension, But this tension is necessary to create real, lasting intimacy. True relationships thrive in honesty, even when honesty is difficult. Alongside these practices, self-compassion is vital. You will falter, stumble, and sometimes slip back into old patterns of self-betrayal. Be gentle with yourself. Recognize that decades of conditioning can't vanish overnight. Healing isn't linear. It's messy, complex, and often painful. Each setback is simply another opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to authenticity. Treat yourself with the kindness and patience you'd extend to someone you love deeply. As you progress, notice the gradual yet profound shift within your relationships. Some people may distance themselves, unable to handle the authentic you. While painful, understand that these departures clear space for healthier, more genuine connections to enter your life. Those who remain will learn to love and respect you, not for the role you once played, but for the genuine person you truly are. Gradually, you'll notice a newfound energy within yourself. Self-betrayal is exhausting. It drains your emotional and physical resources, leaving you depleted and disconnected. Authenticity, by contrast, replenishes you. It nourishes your spirit, revitalizes your relationships, and reconnects you to your deepest sense of self-worth. Now, consider your progress. Look back and acknowledge every moment of courage, every boundary upheld, and every uncomfortable truth spoken. Celebrate your steps forward, no matter how small they may seem. Each one is proof of your growing self-respect, your strengthening boundaries, and your deepening connection to your authentic self. Yet, this journey doesn't end here. Authenticity is not a destination, but an ongoing commitment to yourself. It's a continuous process of choosing honesty over comfort, truth over convenience, and self-respect over approval. In the next and final part of this series, we'll explore the profound rewards that await you as you fully embrace your authenticity. We'll discuss how real intimacy, lasting connections, and deep personal fulfillment become possible only when you honor your truth completely. Are you ready to fully reclaim yourself and experience the life-changing power of genuine authenticity? The journey ahead promises challenges, but the rewards will surpass anything you've ever known. As you stand on the threshold of fully embracing your authentic self, it's essential to acknowledge both the challenges and the profound rewards that lie ahead. The journey toward authenticity is seldom easy, yet it's deeply transformative, empowering you to build genuine connections and create a fulfilling, meaningful life. The greatest fear many encounter on this path is loneliness. You've spent years accommodating others, molding yourself into shapes that others find acceptable. And now, the prospect of authenticity might initially feel isolating. Yet, it's vital to understand that this loneliness isn't permanent, it's transitional. It signals the shedding of superficial relationships built on self-betrayal, making space for real connections rooted in honesty, mutual respect, and genuine love. At this stage, it's crucial to stay committed, even when authenticity feels uncomfortable or challenging. Remember, discomfort is often the catalyst for growth. Embrace it as a sign you're breaking free from old patterns that no longer serve your highest good. Gabor Maté emphasizes, the attempt to escape from pain is what creates more pain. By confronting the discomfort directly, you prevent future suffering. Avoidance keeps you trapped in cycles of self-betrayal, while facing your fears frees you from emotional bondage. One of the most significant rewards of authenticity is the clarity it brings to your life. When you stop betraying yourself, decisions become simpler, relationships clearer, and your purpose more defined. You're no longer pulled in multiple directions by conflicting desires and expectations. Instead, you're guided by your inner truth, a powerful compass leading you toward genuine fulfillment and happiness. Authenticity also dramatically enhances your relationships. When you communicate honestly and uphold your boundaries, you teach others how to treat you. Initially, some may resist, but eventually, those who value and respect you will stay. These authentic relationships become deeply nourishing, providing support, understanding, and genuine connection. You'll find yourself surrounded by people who genuinely see and appreciate you, not just the persona you once presented. As you deepen your commitment to authenticity, you'll also notice increased self-esteem and inner peace. Self-betrayal breeds anxiety, insecurity, and emotional exhaustion. Authenticity, on the other hand, fosters confidence, stability, and calmness. You're no longer constantly worrying about pleasing others or managing perceptions. Instead, your energy is directed inward, toward personal growth and self-care. However, embracing authenticity is not a one-time decision. It's an ongoing commitment. Life will continuously present you with situations where the temptation to revert to old habits arises. You may encounter pressure from family, friends, or society to conform and return to familiar roles. But each challenge is an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to your true self. In these moments, remind yourself why you started this journey. Recall the pain of self-betrayal, the exhaustion of hiding your true feelings, and the loneliness of superficial connections. Let these memories strengthen your resolve to remain authentic, even when it's challenging. It's also essential to develop ongoing practices that support your authenticity. Regular self-reflection, journaling, meditation, or therapy can provide invaluable guidance and reinforcement on your journey. Create space in your daily life to reconnect with your inner self, listen to your intuition, and honor your emotions. These practices will help you stay grounded and aligned with your truth. Understand that authenticity isn't perfection, it's honesty. It's embracing your imperfections, vulnerabilities, and flaws. It's acknowledging your mistakes, learning from them, and continually growing. Authenticity doesn't demand flawlessness. It simply requires truthfulness. When you fully embrace authenticity, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes contagious, encouraging those around you to reflect on their own patterns of self-betrayal. By choosing authenticity, you create a ripple effect of honesty, respect, and genuine connection within your community and beyond. This authentic living isn't merely a personal journey. It's a profound act of courage that contributes to a healthier, more compassionate society. When you stop betraying yourself, you encourage others to honor their truth as well. Collectively, authenticity becomes a powerful force for positive change, breaking cycles of emotional neglect and fostering deeper human connections. Ultimately, the journey toward authenticity is the path toward true freedom. It's freedom from the exhausting demands of constantly pleasing others, freedom from the fear of rejection, and freedom from the suffocating confines of self-betrayal. This freedom allows you to experience life fully with clarity, joy, and profound self-respect. As you stand firmly in your truth, you'll find that life opens up in remarkable ways. Opportunities align more closely with your genuine desires, relationships deepen in ways you've never imagined, and your inner peace becomes unshakable. Authenticity is the key that unlocks the door to a profoundly satisfying life. Reflect now on how far you've come. Celebrate every boundary set, every truth spoken, and every moment you've chosen authenticity over comfort. Recognize your incredible bravery and resilience on this transformative journey. Moving forward, Let authenticity guide you in every decision, every interaction, and every aspect of your life. Trust that by honoring your true self, you are creating a life rich with genuine connections, profound fulfillment, and unshakable self-worth. This is your moment, your chance to step fully into authenticity, embracing all the beautiful complexity of who you truly are. Are you ready to fully reclaim yourself and experience the profound rewards that authenticity promises? The life you've always dreamed of awaits, one grounded in truth, self-respect, and genuine connection. It's time to live authentically, fully, and unapologetically. Welcome home to yourself.